Hello and welcome to Fit, Fabulous, and Over 50. I am your host, Renee Miller. The goal of this show is to teach you how to become fit in the privacy and comfort of your own home. You will learn both functional and practical exercises designed to tone your muscles, increase stability and balance, promote core strength, and get your heart rate up. Each week, we will present different exercises designed to isolate certain areas of the body. In addition, we will show you what you can do in almost any room of your house to get fit. You can get fit at home with a little bit of perseverance and effort. Now, if you've never exercised before, you should consult with your physician. Otherwise, if you've been cleared to exercise, let's get started. Today, we are going to tackle the most challenging area of the body, probably the area that most of us dislike the most, the abdominals. I'm going to go to the muscle chart and let's show you what we need to learn about the abdominals. First of all, there are 4 layers of abdominals. You cannot see them on this muscle chart, but I will point to the areas where they are. The innermost layer and invisible to the naked eye here on the set are the muscles called the transverse abdominals. This is a very deep muscle. This muscle is designed to help you cough, breathe, and do bearing down. We didn't think that we could condition it, but we've learned that we can. The next layer, and you can see in the yellow, are 2 layers of muscles called obliques. And they're actually an inner layer and an outer layer, and so they are called internal and external obliques, and they crisscross across one another. And then finally, in the green, the layer on top called rectus abdominis. And this is the one that we most often see when someone is very toned, all right? So those are the layers of the abdominals, and those are the ones we're going to work today. Now, I'm going to introduce my workout partner today. Hey, Stan. How you doing?
I know, Renee.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Well, Stan and I are going to help you work your abdominals out. And as we get warmed up, I just want to remind you, you can't get fit sitting in your chair, so get up and join us. Let's take a big stretch up and bring those palms together as you look down at the floor. Lift through your spine. Now keep the same lift, but go over to the right, and we're going to go to the left, and back to center, and over to the right again. Come back to center and drop. We're going to drop down into a huddle, knees bending, keep those abs lifted, showing you from the side. You want to round through the back now, warming up the low back, and press the tailbone out, and do it again, rolling up. Press the tailbone up and roll all the way to standing. Sweep those arms up one more time. Reach in over to the side as far as you possibly can. Keep the hip down and lift the rib. Go the other way and keep the hip down while lifting the rib and arms down. Now, let's just do a little bit of light rotation, moving from side to side. This is nothing more than you would do just turning around in your kitchen or your car. All right, Stan, you ready to go? Feel a little warmed up? All right. What we're going to begin with today, working from the inside out, are the transverse abdominal exercises called vacuum breathing. Now, friends, what you want to do is stand up tall. You're going to think of keeping your feet about hip distance apart, and you're going to exhale forcefully as you attempt to press the navel up and into the spine. And this is very much like a Heimlich maneuver feeling or a lifting and pulling in feeling. And we'll do those with the arms down, or if you can, or if you want to, you can bring your arms out to the side so you can actually see the movement as the belly goes inward. All right? You ready, Stan? And we're going to inhale here, exhale, and really collapse in and then back out again, and exhale. And you can really see him pulling that abdomen in And then he releases it. He fills up with air and exhale. And he's really contracting. You do want to hear this breath as you blow out forcefully. That is what's going to actually, believe it or not, tone up that innermost muscle. Keep going, Stan. You're doing a great job. And you really want to tighten it up and in. You may also want to think of zipping a very tight zipper all the way up like a wetsuit. Pulling those muscles up and in. That's it. You can do it. Good. All right. Very good. Can you feel that movement? Oh, yeah. Now, if you've really done this correctly, you are going to feel a tightening in your abdominals and maybe even a little cramping. So if you're doing this correctly, you're definitely going to feel the workout. All right. You can repeat those on your own, and I suggest you work up to 2 sets of 12. This is something you can do daily. All right? Now, we're going to move to the next layer of abdominals, and those are the internal and external obliques. People often think of those abdominals as just on the side, but in fact, they're a huge layer, and they go all the way down. They crisscross and come all the way down into the crease of the thighs. These are the muscles that help us move in a diagonal fashion. Now, I want to show you an exercise to forget about doing. Many people do an exercise where they stand holding dumbbells and then drop down to the side, just like I'm showing you. And I'm going to tell you something. If you've been doing these to whittle your waist, stop doing them because you're wasting your time. No pun intended. Instead, the obliques have to be worked at a diagonal. So Stan's going to get on the floor, and I'm going to use the stability ball, and we're going to show you an oblique exercise that is sure to help tone up your abdomen. First of all, Stan, go ahead and lay down on your back with your feet in the air. No, I'm sorry, with your feet on the floor, your knees up. And you want to keep a little compression in your abdomen by tightening your abs. And when you do that, you want to make sure that you don't have any excess arch under your back, okay? What I would do if I were you is I'd walk my feet in just a hair more. That gives you more stability, doesn't it? All right. Now, Stan wants to keep his elbows out to the side. He's going to think of a big X that he's painted on his abdomen across from one rib to the opposite hip. And instead of thinking elbow to the knee, he's going to actually think of rib to the hip. All right, Stan, you ready? Exhale up, crossing over, and then come back to the starting position and go the other way. Now, you want to just keep yourself, that's good. Keep going, that's really good. The thing that's really important to understand about any of these exercises is that everyone has a different range of motion. You may not be able to move as high as Stan. It doesn't matter. What's most important is that you work with your own body. So let me show you the similar exercise. And we're going to up the ante a little by using the stability ball. This is a little bit harder, less stable surface. I'm going to get my position. I'm not going to go down very far. You can go down a little bit farther. You're going to bring your fingers behind the nape of the neck, and you're going to cross up. And you want to make sure that as you do these, you exhale. That's it. And cross over. Now, I didn't start counting, Stan, but did you? Stan's going to tell me he's done many, many by now, but I think we're on about 6 on each side. So let's keep going, Stan. And we'll do a whole set of 12, and you're doing a great job. And he's really using good form. He's coming up nice and slowly. He's planning how to get up there. You want to use your breath. If you don't use your breath, you can end up with a big hard ball for an abdomen. So you want to make sure that you're blowing the air out all the time. And let's just do one more. Oh, yeah. All right, take a rest. All right. Now, you should feel that by now in your obliques. And this is an excellent exercise. Take a rest there, Stan. While Stan is resting, I want to show you another version of rotational exercise you can do with a broomstick. And actually, this is a mop stick, all right? So take your broom handle, and you're going to bring it behind your back, showing you from behind. You want to make sure you're not rolling it up on your neck, but you want to drop it down onto the shoulders and the meaty part of the shoulder. Now, very important to do this, tightening your glutes and keeping your abdomen tight. And you're going to rotate slowly to one side. Notice that I'm going to keep my gaze looking directly front as I turn. Now, I'm going to have a little giveaway in the hips, but I want to keep going. And Stan, you ready to repeat? And you're going to do the obliques while I do this, and we'll give everybody an option. All right, you ready? All right, here we go. You're going to exhale as you turn, and as you lift, whether you're doing what Stan's doing or whether you're doing what I'm doing, you want to make sure you're using great form, all right? And the reason that we're going slow is because we're doing muscle work. Muscle work is not something that we want to do quickly. Muscle work is something that we want to use nice, controlled movements for. That's great. All right. Keep it going. Good. Keep going, friends. I know you can do this. Now, you know if you tape this, you can use this anytime, and it will help encourage you to keep up those abdominal exercises because, like all of us, they probably are the hardest ones to do. All right, good job. Take a rest there. Woo, how you feeling? Good. All right. Now, we're going to go to the top layer of the abdominals called the rectus abdominis. And those are the ones that you see on the cover of some magazines where there's a very rippled-looking abdominal. You can have an abdominal like that, and it can be covered with a beautiful layer of fat, and you'll never, ever see the rippled effect. So in order to see those toned muscles, you also must include proper nutrition in your diet. And while we're at it, let me tell you, it's very, very important for you to make sure that you get a wide variety of fruits and vegetables every single day. Right? All right. But let's show just your basic crunch for those who need a little refresher course, all right? Why don't you come in over here a little bit more? Okay, now, the crunch is still an exercise that needs to be done mindfully. So many people, as they get so used to doing some of these exercises, they just treat them like they're meaningless, all right? But we want to go over good form. You're going to press your navel to your spine, and you're going to inhale at the bottom and then exhale as you come up and then back down. All right. Now that's just the regular crunch. And again, everyone's range of motion is different. Stan does not have a great deal of range of motion in this direction, but he's got plenty to make those abdominals work, don't you, Stan? Oh, yeah. All right. Keep it going. It's looking good. That's right. That's very good. Okay, now that's the regular crunch, and we'll let you take a rest there because the exercise that we're going to show today that's going to work the rectus abdominis as well as the muscles underneath is the reverse trunk curl. This we'll have to do on the floor, and I'm going to lay down beside you. And what you're going to be doing here is pressing the navel to the spine, pick the feet up off the floor. Stan, I'd like for you to cross yours. And why don't you, Stan, bring your hands down beside you? I think you're going to find that will give you a little bit more support. Now, we're going to be tackling this very tough exercise, but right before we do, let's see what you can do elsewhere around your house to get fit. Oh, opening jars. Such a difficult thing to do for some of us, isn't it? I have 3 little exercises you can do to help yourself get stronger to open jars with ease. First of all, we're using 2 primary movers. We're using the wrist muscles that rotate from the elbow down to the wrist, and we're using the muscles of the hand itself. An easy and simple exercise you can do with a can is to do can turnovers. All you're going to do is place your hand upon the can, turn it over, turn your wrist across from the top and over again. And you're going to keep repeating this, working the rotators from the elbow to the wrist. Now this is an excellent exercise. It looks very simple, but it's going to be extremely beneficial in aiding you with wrist rotation. Very good. All right, second exercise. Take a simple kitchen towel. Fold it in quarters and then again, so it's thick. You're going to start from the inside of the towel and begin to twist, working the towel, much like you would do if you were wringing water out of a towel, and you want to keep twisting the towel and twisting the towel. Now this is going to aid the muscles both in the hands and the rotators. Once you have it all the way twisted, untwist it and go the other way, making sure you get both sides of it. Really work the towel. It won't break. Keep twisting and wringing. What you'll find if you do this, let's say a set of 6 of these in each direction over a period of time, is that your muscles get stronger. Finally, especially for those of you that have problems with dexterity, take your kitchen towel, place your palm on top of the towel, and without moving the hand, use just the fingers to slowly begin to gather the towel in from all directions. Now, the goal is to make the towel as small as you can get it underneath your hand. Pull it in and really squeeze the towel. Now, once it's gathered under your hand, you're going to slowly work your fingers in the opposite direction, trying to open the towel back up to its previous position. Very good. Practice doing those often in your kitchen, and you won't be asking for help opening the jar anymore. So many people lose their muscle tone as they get older. Muscle begins to disappear around the age of 35 for females and around the age of 45 for males, so that by the time you're in your 70s, you could have lost up to 45% of your muscle density. That means doing the same thing you've been doing for 40 years is now 40% harder. No wonder people hurt themselves. But listen, by doing easy, light weight and resistance exercises, you can improve your muscle density. Do you have some soup cans? Do some bicep curls. Lift your soup cans over your shoulders. Keep your muscles moving, working against resistance, and you don't have to lose all that muscle as you age. When you turn around to get something out of the back seat of your car, it can affect your shoulders and your low back. Now, where is my cell phone? Oh yes, by the way, I don't recommend turning around to get something out of the back seat of your car while driving. Many people injure themselves by doing simple everyday movements, like reaching in the back seat of their car to find something. As we get older, we become less and less flexible, making even everyday tasks, like getting in and out of the car, harder to do. The most likely culprits to get injured are the shoulders and the low back. One of the secrets of youthfulness is flexibility. Let's do some rotational exercises designed to help increase your mobility to help you get in and out of the car. Standing in any doorway, I'm going to use the car door. Put your hand inside the doorway, step away, relax your shoulder, and begin to rotate away from your arm. Go slowly. You're going to feel a stretch across your shoulder and into your chest. Relax and breathe. Hold every stretch about 15 seconds, counting slowly. Good. Same thing, other side. Rotate slowly away, hand inside the doorway, keep on turning. Good. These exercises are designed to promote rotational ability and help you not injure those shoulders when you twist and turn. Now, another one that you can do very simply is head rolls. Standing with your feet hip distance apart, slowly drop your ear to the right and allow your shoulders to relax as you slowly roll the head down towards center and back up the other side. Repeat. That's right, you get the idea. These are things that you can do anytime at all at home. Now, for another dimension of adding the shoulder, particularly the middle deltoid, you're going to stand pulling your right arm across behind you and then tilting your ear to the left. Relax and breathe. You want to make note here that the shoulder does not come up. Keep the shoulder down. Slowly hold it. And then let's switch sides. Left arm behind you, right hand grasp, pull across, slowly drop to the right. These exercises are very important, easy, simple to do, and they will help increase your rotational flexibility. If you like to cook and spend lots of time in your kitchen, you know what it's like to be on your feet for long periods of time preparing meals. That can be excruciating for your back. Often what happens to us is the longer we're standing, the more our back goes into sway, our abdomen releases, and before we know it, we have an aching lower back. Now, I have a great exercise for you, and it's in a chair. Using just a simple kitchen chair, definitely put it against your sink or your counter so it doesn't slide away from you. First, sitting in your chair, let's pull your knee into your chest, and we're stretching your low back now. You can switch legs, one leg at a time is fine. You want to pull it in. The farther you can lift, the deeper you wish to pull it in. All right? Now the exercise I'm going to teach you today, I'm going to show you the modified version for those of you that already have chronic back problems. And that is a leg pull. Now this leg pull is designed to work the entire abdomen, but especially those deeper muscles down below the waistline. Those are the guys that we have so much trouble with. Starting with your right leg, you're going to pull your knee into your chest as you contract and extend. Now, you should be sitting towards the edge of your chair. If you have a back problem, you may wish to lean back, and you're going to out and in, out and in, out and in. You can do several repetitions. I definitely suggest you try to do 12 to 15 repetitions on each side. Pulling your abdomen. This is going to require you actively contracting those muscles. Switch sides. As I exhale, I pull my knee into my chest with my abdominal muscles, tightening those muscles, really working the abdomen. It's up to you to make the movement happen. Now, for those of you who feel more confident, you can try a much more challenging version. That's a double knee pull. You're going to sit on your sits bones on your chair, hands on side, and pull your knees in. Double the workout. Be careful though, because if you're not using your abdominals, you will feel this in your low back. It's very important that you protect your low back by using those abdominal muscles. And oh yes, you will definitely get a workout. Why have pain while cooking in the kitchen? All right, now, with the position that you have, either the one that Stan is showing with the ankles crossed for more support, the hands down by the side, or if you'd like a little tougher version, the hands behind the head and the feet dangling down, knees together. You're going to press your navel to your spine, exhale, and lift from the hips up and down. And and 2. And you don't have to go out too far. That's it. And I'm going a little bit more rapidly than Stan is. That's good. Stan, don't come back out so far with the legs because you'll work the back too much, okay? So it's more an internal movement or an in movement as opposed to an out movement. That's much better. All right, now for a little bit harder version, you can bring the feet up and you're going to really pull the navel in as you lift. Good. You do want to make sure, friends, when you're doing this exercise, that you are using the breath again. If you don't use the breath, what you're going to end up with is a very round belly that might be as hard as a rock, but it's going to have a roundness to it that you don't want. So keep the pulling up, keep the flattening of the abs. How you doing, Stan? You starting to feel those? All right, take a rest. Because now, since Stan was working a little bit hard, I'm going to have you stretch out your back. And for those of you that have a little bit of back trouble, what I want you to do is pull your knees up into your chest, Stan. You're just going to put one hand under and one leg at a time, pull that knee up into the chest. And that should help. Yeah? Okay. All right. Now, if you have a chronic back problem, that is something that you are going to want to consider. Try the other leg. Just put that one down and see if that helps some. Is that better? All right. While Stan is stretching, I want to show you an exercise that seems impossible for your abdominals, but it's probably one of the greatest exercises you can do, and it's called the hover. What I'd like for you to do is to lay down on your belly, and you're going to put your elbows directly under your shoulders, okay? And this is very key here. You want to make sure that your elbows are lined up under your shoulders. Elbows should be tucked into the side. Now, before anything else happens, in order for you not to overuse the back extensors, you have to squeeze your glutes. So you're going to squeeze your glutes and come up on your knees and pull up on your abs. And don't let that back arch stand. Really pull up on your, there you go. There you go. All right, now, when Stan's ready, that's good. He's going to increase by lifting his toes. I'm going to show you a little harder version by picking up the knees. And you're going to feel very naturally like you're going to shake here, yes? A little bit of jiggling. Why is that? Because we are working very deep muscles called intrinsic muscles. And these are the real culprits to a strong, tight, lean abdominals. How you doing? Good. Take a little break, Stan. Come on down. Looks easy. Try it. Now, while Stan's resting, and Stan, when you're ready, I want you to just come up into the toe hover. I'm going to show the high to low hover. And this is a great exercise for your abs. You're going to start in a very tight push-up position, except the arms are right under the shoulders, and slowly begin to lower yourself down until you're almost on the floor, but not quite. Exhaling, breathe, hold that position, and slowly return to the top. Or you can take a break. You can try it on your toes. I want to thank you for watching us. Join us again next time. And in the meantime, stay fit, fabulous, even if you are over 50.